Hello everybody, my name is Pravus and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4, the Re-Reconquista. Maybe the Re-Reconquista at this point? I'm not too sure. We have already restarted the game as of last video, and we have a much better start this time around. I still took most of Tlemcen's land. I temporarily took Jared as a vassal, then lost that to Tunis, but in the meantime grabbed both Togurt and Fizan as a vassal and killed Mazab. So now we are in a pretty decent position to continue expanding. Now, I think something we need to do is go ahead and rival up with Tunis right away. Now that we have the Ottomans as an ally, I don't think they are going to be very likely to want to ally with Tunis, because there's like negative, 50 reasons to join an alliance with somebody who is against your other ally. Same deal goes for Morocco, though. Morocco might decide that they want to ally Tunis, because they're one of the few other people they can be with, and I want to keep Morocco isolated and relying on me. If Morocco allies Tunis, well, all of a sudden we find ourselves in a position where I can't really continue to attack these guys. So I think we're going to go ahead and rival Tunis now and do this right away. There we go. So there goes the alliance. Now we're going to be saving some of our diplomatic power. I think this will keep Morocco away from them, and I actually think this leaves Tunis kind of isolated. Maybe they ally with the Mamluks. Maybe. And that would be tricky, but potentially an opportunity for bringing in the Ottomans sort of early. I don't think that Tunis is going to be allying any of my rivals, such as Portugal or Castille. One, they're going to hate each other. But two, even if they do, that can work to my advantage, where I might be able to pull away Castille or Portugal from their alliances while fighting Tunis, so I can take them out one by one. So no matter what, I kind of win unless Tunis allies with the Mamluks. That's the real question. We will see what ends up happening, but hopefully we are okay. I am going to announce that I want everything they own, so that my vassals understand the situation and will potentially attempt to get some extra claims for me. I assume the Ottomans don't care, and Morocco, interestingly enough, also wants Dahra. Well, you're not going to get that. That is mine, frankly, not yours. You can't have. All right. We are at 80% with our rebels now. It is a good time to go ahead and raise up the army maintenance and probably turn on the fort in Tlemcen. They are likely to fire in Tlemcen for sure, possibly in Ujda, possibly in Mers El Kabir, but this is defensive terrain, so if I fight here and Tlemcen, we're good. If they spawn here, we can kill these guys without any defensive penalties, and we can then jump on Tlemcen. So we're going to go for that. Also, let's go ahead and build another light trade ship so we can get a little bit of extra trade money, and let's also train up another archer just so we can get a little bit more of our force limit up there. But not too much, because I'm going to try to save myself a little bit of cash if we can. Okay. Castille has rivaled me back. Good. Good. Tunis has rivaled me back as well. Good. So now you shouldn't want to ally with Morocco at all. So now you have no friends. Now, I can't do anything with them until 1458 anyway. Also, I'm not going to have enough favors with Morocco to attack them right away, but if they stay isolated, this becomes a very easy way for me to greatly expand my power base and become an actual rival against the Iberian powers. Much better start, in my opinion. I'm so happy with how this has turned out. Honestly, it reminds me of playing some of those multiplayer EU4 games, you know? The first couple years are just like frantic, trying to chain as many wars together as possible and build a super aggressive power base. That's what we did. It worked out pretty well. Worked out pretty darn well. Mamluks, please hate Tunis. Tunis is actually trying to improve relations with the Ottomans, but I don't think that's going to do them a whole lot of good. The Ottomans are fairly firmly in my camp, and I'm thinking they're going to stay that way for the foreseeable future. And if Morocco, you're rivaled to Portugal, Castile, and Aragon, you're not going to eclipse any of them anytime soon. Which makes me think you might just keep these three as your rivals for a good chunk of the game, and maybe you just never end up rivaling me. That would be good, honestly. I'd be quite happy with that. I would be happy to keep Morocco in my camp and never have to worry about these guys, at least until I'm strong enough where I can just destroy them with impunity. Which we all know, if I'm going to play this game long-term, it's going to happen. Alliances always rise and fall. I never respect alliances long-term. It just doesn't happen. Unless I'm in a multiplayer game. Then I'm a nice guy. But outside of that, nah. Alright, so they did fire, and not where I thought they would. Let's get down to Oran and try to kill these guys in the dry lands, which should be fine. These guys are in a siege, but when we do attack them, we will get the defensive bonus in the highlands, so we should not take any penalties. That was easy. Took practically no losses. Let's get myself a couple of reinforcement ticks. Promising trader is nice. Okay, up to 9.5. Let's get up to 10,000. There it is. Go ahead and attack. And that slowed down one of my cores, but not too bad. There we go. Done. All right, and now we are going to reduce my army maintenance and save a little bit of money. And finish up the rest of my cores. Maybe we want to make some states. Do you want to make some states right away? That's a good question. We can turn this into a pretty awesome state. This is a little less good. Doesn't have a lot of development. Still, it's not bad. I do think that turning Tlemcen into a state makes a lot of sense. It's more of a question of, do we first go for the admin tech? Which is tempting. I kind of like the idea of going for a quick trade efficiency guy and stuff. Inflation reduction. We don't have much in the way of that, so that doesn't matter. Stability cost modifier, no. Land maintenance modifier is not terrible for me right now because it saves me some much-needed money. That's the thing. Once we get the next level of tech, I want to build some temples because there's definitely a lot of money we can make out of that. Well, something we can do. Go ahead and pull this guy back real quick. Can we send another insult? No, not until 1456. One more year. Never mind. I want to try sending a scornful insult to Castille and see if we do indeed get that super general, because we didn't take this mission in my jump cuts here in the last video. We haven't built up to 100% of our force limit since we grew. But if we can get a general with 100 tradition, I would happily take all those permanent claims. Can't do much of anything with it, but, I mean, I would like it. And I think I'm actually more open to the idea of promising Morocco land if it lets us get into a war against Castile and Portugal at the right time. Once we get strong enough, we'll be able to betray these guys and it won't be a problem. I mean, who are they going to ally? The Catholics? No. Tunis? No. What's left? Nothing. So, eventually we'll be able to destroy these guys. So if I hand them some land in the early game, that's not a big deal. It barely slows me down, and as long as it gets me a good, victorious first war against Castile, I'm A-okay with that. A-okay with that. So I guess for now, we just sort of sit back and wait. Let's turn off this fort. Forgot about that. Could actually delete the fort, but I might want to hold on to it a little bit. Could be useful against Tunis. It's a pretty good defensive terrain. It's not a bad fort as far as things are concerned. It's got a good zone of control, basically, all around what I have. It's kind of the optimal placement, in fact. So yeah, profiteering in Malaga. Savoy's not going to like me, but I do not care. Thank you for the trade power, sucker. Doesn't actually do me a whole lot of good. I may... No, almost all the money coming out of Tunis is going in here already. I was debating whether I want to move my merchant, but I don't think it makes a lot of difference right now. At this stage of the game. We don't have a lot of direct trade power in the Tunisian trade node anyway. My vassals are loyal, which is good, so I will be able to call them in on wars. They have claims against Tunis, no problem. So yeah, pretty good, honestly. I do need to get some claims against Tunis of my own, preferably along the coastline. We won't be able to annex these guys for a little bit. The first person I'm going to want to annex, of course, is Togurt. Just makes sense based on their placement. So I think I might keep the diplomat going with them for a little bit to get up toward 109. Oh, I just said what's going to happen. Castile's certainly not going to ally with Tunis, but they did. Okay. So this is now a way for me to attack Tunis and split Castile away from Portugal and fight them separately, which is what I wanted. That way we don't have another repeat of the stupid strait issue. This does slow down my plans to attack Tunis. Not going to be able to fight them anytime soon now. Unless Castile is very distracted. But I want to fight Castile and Tunis together. So this may mean that we have no choice but to sit back and wait until the Ottomans are in a really good position to fight as well. But that is interesting. This gives me some interesting possibilities. Very interesting possibilities. It also might mean... No. I was going to say it might mean that Castille feels like they can declare war on me, but not so long as the Ottomans will defend. I don't think that's likely. How much longer until I can get this dang tech? 5 years? It's a very long time to not have a state. I think we just go ahead and turn this into a state, honestly. There you go. We have holy orders, by the way. Could spend a bit more admin power to get myself some missionary strength, or some construction costs, or unrest and devastation, blah, blah, blah. I'm not worried about that, but there we go. That does not increase my force limit, at least as of yet. I guess we can go ahead and train up some more troops. So let's do that. Royal marriage offer from Togurt. I guess that's fine. We're going to pull off Fizan for a little bit. I'm going to send you a scornful insult, which should make Morocco and Aragon like me. And now let's check. Yup, there it is. General with 100 tradition. So basically, I can just pop this button and get a super general almost anytime I want, as soon as these guys have been trained up. That is very interesting. Let's do a royal marriage with these guys as well. I think we might as well. And now I'm going to go ahead and start building up some claims against Tunis. I don't think we're going to be able to take advantage of that anytime soon. But that is a thing we can do. Ottomans, Ottomans, Ottomans. We are the only ally the Ottomans has. Well, that's weird. I'm not sure I like that, to be honest. I mean, I want the Ottomans to call me in on an easy war they will win so that I can get some free favors. But I'm wary of this meaning that the Ottomans might actually be in a bit more trouble than usual. Like, if Austria and Hungary and stuff all decide to take a dogpile on the Ottomans, we might be in trouble. You were allied to Akkoy and Lu, I thought. Yeah, you were, but it looks like you took some of their lands. Okay. Huh. They did finish off the Byzantines. They haven't finished off Albania yet. They're probably going to kill Kandar and Karaman next. Then they're going to get themselves in a position where they're going to be at odds with the Mamluks. Or they're going to go for Serbia and Bosnia. One of the two. They might call me in against the Mamluks. That'll be an opportunity for me. It'd also be a very dangerous time for me. Still, we'll give it a go. Alright. Well, I think we just sit around and wait for a little bit then. I don't feel like I'm in any immediate danger. But, yeah. How much money are we making right now? Not enough for full army maintenance while I'm doing some reinforcement ticks. Let's just kind of gradually reinforce these guys. I'm thinking we wanted to go ahead and do some drills on the army, but we don't need to right now. We are not yet at a position where I can abdicate, but we're getting very close. It's going to cost me pretty much all of my prestige to do that. Trade efficiency guy would be good to get some more power. And it'll sort of offset the cost. It's not enough, but it offsets it a little bit with more trade income. I'll take that. It's just subsidized monarch points at that point. So we're going to have a load of claims that I can use against Tunis when the time comes. Send a letter to Togurt saying we want something. Power? Yeah, admin power. Let's go for that and see if they give it to me. Helping hand, they did give me a little bit. Thank you. Playing the courts. More legalism? Yes. More tech cost reduction. Now the thing is, I don't necessarily want to annex Togurt while they still have usable claims. I mean, we can't for another couple years anyway, right? But you've got 4 claims against the Tunisians right now. It would make sense to hold on to you and use you to help feed this so I don't have to core everything myself. That would make sense. Castille would defend. No surprises there. Huh. Aragon's still fighting the Pope. Looks like they're just now starting to pick things back up, though. We should make sure we top off some relations with my allies for a little bit. An heir falls ill. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. I want to keep this guy. I need him. Uh-oh. Please don't die, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die. Oh, he didn't die, thank God. Okay. 50-50 chance, but I finally can get rid of Muhammad. I really need to get somebody else in charge who's better, so I was a little bit worried that was going to work against me. We need power, dang it. I need lots of monarch points. Lots of them. Could turn this into a state for relatively cheap. Could also get some more income up here in Tlemcen if I were to do an edict. How much autonomy do we have here? We have a little bit. By a little bit, I mean we have a fair bit. Reducing autonomy is tempting. Giving me more local trade power could result in a net increase in income. Let's try it. It's slightly increased. And it's only going to get better, of course, as the autonomy goes down. Inflation for some Diplo power. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and do that. Inflation's not great, but I mean, power's power. Mozabites, separatists just fired and are about to slaughter my vassal. Okay. Time for us to get over here and assist. Since apparently this is still going to be a thing. Let's get my morale up a little bit first. And then jump on it. Kill. Jared separatists are going to be continuing to harass Tunis, which is fine. Losing manpower sucks, but I mean, whatever. Not a huge deal. Okay. So when do we do this? When do we want to make this work? Looks like the Renaissance is starting to build up a little bit in my capital. Very, very slowly, but it is. You know someone I don't hate? Aragon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to raise relations with you for a little bit. I know you're hostile, but if we can get you to a positive relation, if you get the Renaissance, maybe you help spread it into my territory a little bit faster. It's not a very likely event. I mean, the Renaissance is going to be pretty difficult for me to get unless I start spending an absolute ton of power on development. But I mean, you are getting it faster than I am, so it will technically count as a slight buff. Very slight. Namely, right now, we have a European province with over 10 development. We can probably improve that a little bit more. What other mission for the plight of our kin? Ulema have to control some land, we need stability. Yeah, if we hand off some land, we could do that. I'd have to get stability, though. That caught... Oh, we just lost it because I died. Never mind. Looks like we're not doing that. But the good news is we are only 1 year away from having Ali Nasrid ascend to the throne. So it's not going to be very long. Pretty good timing, all in all. Last claim we can get against the Tunisians, so we're going to ignore that. Let's top off relations with the Ottomans, I guess. Still only gaining favors once every 4 years. Takes a while. This is the downside, of course, of allying big powers. Very good for defense. Not so good for offense. No. No! Hey! No! We were this close! No! Oh, come the frick on! He's not as good! Ugh. Alright. That sucks. We really should get some stability up. It means I have to spend a lot of power, but... Dang it! And now we have another heir of the exact same quality, another 422. Well, having a yearly corruption modifier means I should go ahead and take some corruption. I'll start burning this down passively. Don't need to spend too much on rooting out corruption. We'll get there. Military access. You are fighting somebody. Portugal is in a war with Burgundy right now. Alas, I don't think we can really justify attacking Portugal right now. I imagine Castille will assist them. Yeah. Yeah, and so would England for at least right now. That will probably change. England will likely be getting sieged down by Burgundy, and they'll want to give up on some of that. We'll see. Okay, top off a bit more with Morocco. Poor uniforms. That sucks. Hate losing morale for no good reason. Really wanted to get that tech. We can swap a focus in 9 years. The good news is, I mean, yes, we had to... We got a new leader 1 year earlier. We get a little bit more admin skill. I mean, we've got a sort of okay admin leader. It's not great, but it's something. We can go for the next level of military tech. Ah! Well, we could have almost, and then it immediately increased in cost due to the institution. There was a brief moment we could have made that one work. We want the emirs to lose some influence there, but first, let's just see. I'm going to recruit a minister, and then we will reduce it. Just so I'm still able to do things with you later. The ulema. We could just go ahead and grant you some land. I kind of think we should go ahead and give this to the merchant guilds, Tlemcen. That should give me a lot more trade power. We'll give this to the ulema. And this would be enough land to fulfill that mission, but it also gives me too much influence at a time when I can't finish the mission. So we're not going to worry about that right now. Now we can go for the tech. Okay, time to upgrade our infantry. Not a lot of choices, I know, but I mean, it's something. So if we drill, we can do that, but we're going to lose some money. A lot of money, actually. If that's the case, let's put no leader here, just so there's less of a chance of our very good general dying on us. Because that can happen. Aragon is coming to like me a bit. Not a lot. They're hostile to me right now, but I mean, we'll see. I don't have any illusions of being able to ally these guys, but I do think that they are very likely to get the Renaissance well before I can. So every little buff there helps. Let's improve a bit more with Fazan. Let's cap out a bit more with Togurt. When am I going to be able to kill Tunis? Maybe during the Spanish Civil War when Castile is extremely distracted? If I have enough favors with Morocco by then, and I'm only a couple years away from that. Yeah, I mean, on one hand, I'm glad that Tunis allied Castile. It definitely gives me an opportunity to break things apart, so I don't have to worry about this stupid strait crossing. On the other hand, it definitely slows down my ability to go for some power. I would probably be going to war with Tunis in the next couple of years if I did not have to worry about that alliance. Alas, we do. Still trying to work toward legalism, but the game is absolutely insisting on not letting me do that. Surprised we haven't gotten our government reform yet either, by the way. We're going to in a couple of months, but yeah, it's taking a little while. Having the ICTA government form actually works pretty well from this right now. The income from vassals plus another 33% is kind of nice. I mean, I like it. All right, now we can go for something. I think we are going to go for the extra taxes. Just to give us that extra income. Works pretty well with having handed off some land to the ulema. Because that means we should be getting a little bit of extra income since they are admin focused. What else to do? What else to do? What else to do? Good harvest. Money? No. Power. I don't... I don't want to pop this yet. The only reason being, why get a 100 tradition general who is going to die sooner and not get as much value out of him. We should pop that button, like, right when we need a good general. As long as I have my full force limit, which shouldn't be an issue. I mean, that's fine. Still, though. We can get a tax modifier guy, and I think I will. I know that puts me in a bit of a deficit here, but there we go. We can fix that. And in the meantime, we get some more power. We are almost ready to grab both of these levels of tech. The Pope has called for a crusade. Now that is dangerous. Because the Ottomans have not bothered to get good allies anywhere else. Looks like England and Burgundy are still fighting it out. But they would still be willing to defend Portugal, so that doesn't matter. Call for Reichsreform, okay. I do want to burn down this corruption, of course, but I also want to make sure I have at least 100 ducats so that when I grab this tech, I can immediately buy a temple, which it looks like is right about now. I think it's going to be a very long time before I get the Renaissance, so let's go ahead and pick this up now before it gets more expensive. And 0.23 in my capital. That's pretty good. Okay, Brandenburg is now the emperor, not Austria. Fascinating. Very interesting. We got a power play over here. So Austria may not be a major contender for too long. That actually does reduce the power of Aragon substantially. Not enough to matter, but I mean, it does. Anyone else interested in a relationship with me? Nobody I would care about. So I guess we just sit around and top off relations because there's nothing else to do. Diplotech, sure, grab it now. Now we have access to a marketplace. We're not ahead of time in tech, so we're not going to be burning down our corruption any faster, but I mean, at least we're not as far behind. Only thing we're doing okay in right now is military tech, and at the end of the day, that's the technology that matters more than anything else. Okay, no, wait, now Saxony's the emperor. Wow. Things are changing rather quickly, aren't they? Outraged countries. My allies are considered outraged? I don't think so. Oh, well, there's aggressive expansion. I don't care. What are they gonna do? They ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing. Do we go ahead and just go ahead and make these into cores now? Or do we save up? Ouch. This can very quickly turn into a very nasty event. But I don't want to spend the power. But do I want to take the risk? No. Alright. What I was thinking is we can go for some stability. It gets very expensive, of course, but we can go for some stability. And try to finish off the mission here, the Plight of Our Kin, so we can get 6 extra developments in our capital. That would be pretty good. And then once we have 20 developments in the capital, and have a mosque, we would be able to get unrest and institution spread. For the rest of the game? Oh, wow. I did not know that was until the rest of the game. That's really good. Well, then technically, if we're going to get 6 development for free from here, what we should do is get up to 14 here in our capital. No, we already have that. So, wait. Owned by Granada, have a mosque, development at least 20. We're going to have 15. Then we're going to get 6. Is there any reason we wouldn't just be able to pop both of these right away? And that gets me some institution spread. So now I'm actually thinking that, yeah, going for some stability is actually very good. That could be very good. Let's go ahead and improve relations with some random people. Not a lot else to do at the moment. I'm going to get claims later anyway. Innovativeness, not that important. Local unrest, not a big deal. I'm going to lose innovativeness. That's fine. Most of the Tlemceni are starting to rise up again. We'll deal with them in due course. Who else hates Castille? Nobody. Portugal? No. Nobody new I can be friends with. Maybe England. Maybe. I don't know. And I don't really care that much about the Mamluks, to be honest. Let's pull off of that. I guess I'll start getting some claims ready against Castille. It's not the mission, but I'll at least have a pocket CB if I want to use it. That's not so bad. More taxes? I think probably yes. Gonna be a little while, I think, before we can do anything else. I probably should go ahead and accept the Algerian culture. But we need 20 developments, so that's not an option at the moment. Strengthening the government to get legitimacy is not a good use of military power at this stage of the game, so certainly not going to do that. We are making a little bit more money. So we can root out our corruption a tiny bit faster. Isn't this fun? I love sitting around having nothing to do. They're so good. How many favors we got with the Ottomans now? 5. It's pretty good. So I can use the Ottomans to help me kill Tunis and Castille with Morocco. The 3 of us can do this. I will mostly take a little land from Castille and force them to break their relationship with Portugal, and then take as much as I can off of Tunis, I think. Mainly because I don't want to spend a ton of Diplo power taking stuff from Castille. Breaking off the relationship so I can then attack Portugal when the opportunity arises is pretty big. But yeah. So, before I was feeling like I don't want to use the Ottomans against, like, Castille, because they're never going to get over here. But they actually might be helpful against the Tunisians. They might totally send some troops down here. That could happen. I don't know. But in the meantime, I think we have to go ahead and end this video. Not a lot happened today. But that's just how it goes. Let's get a claim on Cadiz, I guess. Sure. That's just how it goes, though. We just have to sit back and be patient and wait for our opportunity to strike, because we need to win our next big war. If we can win one really good war against Castille, I think we'll be in a pretty good position to finish the rest of Iberia out progressively over the course of this achievement. But if we lose that war, well, I'm going to be in for a really, really rough time. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.
All right, let's go ahead and do it.